Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm Stacy. I'm a therapist in the Jackson, Mississippi area, and this is Ask a Therapist. Oh wow, this is a fun one. So today's question comes from Lizzie. And the question is, my therapist popped up on my Tinder. Should I address this in our next session? Wow, modern life, right? The easy answer to that is if you feel like you need to, then yes. Like if it made you feel uncomfortable or weird in some way, or you just feel like you need to talk about it, it's perfectly okay to bring up something like that. Anytime your therapist, counselor, psychiatrist, doctor, anybody like that does or says anything that makes you uncomfortable, or any situation having to do with them, it's better to bring it up and work through it in session, because those are things that can affect your treatment, especially if the therapist doesn't know. Like if you're going to be sitting there through your whole session either feeling guilty because you looked at I've not been on Tinder, but if you say looked at their profile and now you know some personal things about them that you feel that you shouldn't, or you only know because of the Tinder profile, then I would definitely bring it up and say, hey, this weird thing happened and I just wanted to let you know about it. It makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. And a lot of times just that clearing of the air might be enough to make it a non-issue. Assuming that you didn't go looking for your therapist on dating sites, it shouldn't be an issue for, I'm assuming, him, but it could be a her. So for him or her, I'm assuming it isn't going to be an issue, because that's just a weird random thing that happens. So yeah, as long as you're not like cyber stalking your therapist, you haven't done anything wrong. They haven't done anything wrong. It's just part of living in a world where, these phones are such a big part of our lives. Yeah, so I think the easy answer to that is yes, you should definitely bring it up if you feel like you need to, which it sounds like you probably did since you took the time to ask the question. So I hope that this helps. Now, the second question comes from Jess. Jess asks, which is more helpful, a therapist or a psychiatrist? That really depends on what you're looking for. In, I want to say all states, I could be wrong because I know there's been some legislation here and there in different states to allow certain disciplines, counselors to be able to prescribe medication, but I don't think that mental health therapists, counselors, social workers, marriage and family therapists, all of the things that fall under the therapist umbrella can prescribe any medications anywhere in the United States. So if you want medication, you need to see a medical doctor. Now, a psychiatrist is an MD, a medical doctor, just like your primary care physician, except they did a specialty in psychiatry. They did a psychiatry residency and they have experience in mental health. So just like people might choose in medical school to specialize in surgery or what else? Internal medicine, hospitalist, just trying to think off the top of my head, podiatrist, somebody that works on feet. A psychiatrist is a medical doctor who has had specialized training in mental health. Why go to a psychiatrist instead of a therapist? Well, the main thing is that a psychiatrist is not going to be like a psychiatrist you see on television. I always find it so humorous that people still portray on television and in movies and in pop culture in general that a psychiatrist is somebody who you're going to go to their office, they're going to have a couch, you're going to lay down on the couch, you're going to tell them your problems in an hour session once a week. That's not what psychiatrists do. Psychiatrists do med management. They are super busy, and in my experience, they don't have much time to talk to anybody, whether it's their patients or the other people that they work with, like therapists or counselors. These are busy people. In the Jackson, Mississippi area, most of the psychiatrists that I have worked with work in multiple settings. So they might have a private practice, and they also if I could talk. They have a private practice. They also work at a hospital. Some of them are medical directors for intensive outpatient or partial hospitalization programs. So they are doing a lot of stuff, and they are not going to see you once a week and listen to what's going on in your life or help you work through it. Most of them don't even have the desire to do that. So if you're looking for medication, especially if you have dual diagnosis, if you're somebody who has addiction issues and mental illness, if you're somebody who has had depression that's been resistant to antidepressant treatment in the past, if you're somebody that has several different diagnoses and you may need, different medications in different dosages, a psychiatrist is absolutely the best person to see for that. A therapist, whether it's a counselor, therapist, social worker, whoever you see for talk therapy, they are the person that you're going to see once a week for a 45, 50, 60-minute session where you talk about what's going on in your life, the things that are bothering you, and they're going to listen and help you move through whatever is going on. So if you want therapy, you go to a therapist. If you want medication, you go to a psychiatrist. Now, this could be different in some countries. I'm really just speaking for the United States and what I'm used to. I have been in the mental health field both in Ohio and in Mississippi, and I can tell you in both states, psychiatrists were extremely busy. Even, doing some math, 20 years ago or so, psychiatrists in the Dayton, Ohio area were so booked up that it would take 3 months to get an appointment just to see the nurse practitioner that worked for a psychiatrist. So yeah, as far as I know, in the states that I'm familiar with, psychiatrists are not going to see you for weekly therapy sessions. Thank you to Lizzie and to Jess for these great questions. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I bring these Ask a Therapist videos to you once a week, and I'm going to be doing some longer videos as well. They're going to be on various mental health topics. I'm trying to get those out once a month, but we will see how that goes. But definitely subscribe if you don't want to miss out on an Ask a Therapist episode or any other videos that I have. If you would like to submit a question for me to answer, you can email me, AskStacey@StaceyAldridgeLCSW.com. If you happen to be in the Jackson, Mississippi area and you're interested in seeing me for therapy, you can visit my website, or if you just want to know more about me, that is StaceyAldridgeLCSW.com. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you see a little ear or anything pop up here, it's because the only way that I can keep my Jack Russell Terrier from walking around and making a bunch of noise is to let him be in my lap. So we are joined by a special guest today.